sometimes it's easy to get lost. Go ahead and play them together. Great. Yeah, okay, so, you know how to tune your violin?
Yeah.
Pretty good for just starting to, I mean, last week was the first time you even touched the fine tuners.
Yeah.
So that's typically the pattern in which a violinist would go. Every instrument kind of tunes differently. But everyone, like in orchestra, you'd hear an A. And then everyone would just check their other strings off of that A. So typically, yeah, you'd go lower and then here for the high note. So, that'll be part of practicing this week.
Sweet.
And if you ever get lost, because it's easy, like if you turn too far and you're like, I don't remember what the pitch is supposed to be anymore, which I even do when violins are way out of tune and I get totally lost, you can just check out the piano. Okay. Great. Let's just play one of the, let's play Twinkle to kind of get our feet on the ground here.
Alright.
Let's just play the Tuck Tuck Stop Up, the first rhythm together, and then I'll hear one of your other ones. So, this would be your introduction. And then we start together. So, I'll play that again. I'll kind of give you your cue. Good work. Can I hear your A? I'm a little off from you. There's a lot off from you. Hopefully that's better. Great. Pick another variation. Which one did you enjoy playing?
We only really had two of them.
Right.
With the... Is that like a... Something like that. I normally just read it off the thing.
Okay. Still not in tune with you. Yes.
This me? You continue on? Keep on going.
Go ahead. And then it actually ends with.
Okay.
Is that? Nice. Good work. We're adding a lot of bow technique things all at once, and you're really doing a great job with it. And I mostly love that you're keeping that nice full sound. I was actually working with a bunch of the high school string players at Sturgis. I did a big group sectional things, and it was so difficult to know what to address because none of them had private instruction and their technique was all over. So the best I could offer them was playing together and trying to play in tune, but I couldn't improve their tone because I couldn't fix technique for 30 people at once.
Yeah.
And it was so hard for me. Oh, if you changed your bow hold, your sound would be so much better, you know, or other things. So, that is awesome that you have that core, that big sound. That's something that's really, really important. Okay, keep working on these variations this week. And how'd your practicing go with kind of like thinking about one thing? We talked about
Oh, good.
that relaxed thumb.
You could see it happening sometimes. I wasn't perfect with that.
Yeah, I get used to it. As soon as you play something that takes your attention away from it, it's so normal for all of a sudden to go into, habits. So let's do the taka taka rhythm. That Mississippi hot dog. Da 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 da. And let's just think about left hand. Let's think about that nice relaxed straight thumb. Yeah.
Okay. Play through it again.
Mhm.
Wait. Should I start a little earlier in it?
You can just keep going. Pause. So to answer your question about what happened, your bow went before your left hand was ready, or your left hand was late. Like the two things didn't coordinate. So that's why the reaction happened like it did. Let's start from the beginning. Let's just play that first part again.
Okay. Does it start with that, or I haven't heard?
Yeah, exactly what you did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mhm. Great. This looks so much better, and it's great that you have an understanding to tell your hand what to do. So all of, your job now is to play so much to the point, like being conscious of that, where eventually you don't have to think about it anymore, right? So let's keep that as part of your practicing, just taking something that's less for your mind to think about, and just thinking about kind of where your left hand should be. And, okay, so something else happened when you crossed over to your A string that I know you noticed, but I want to tell you why this is not a good pen. I know, here we go. I need my basket of toys. I'm going to take this away from me for a second. Did we talk about kind of the point that you aim for on your left-hand fingers? Did we talk about
right
that?
there.
Yeah, it's actually this.
Oh, on that side.
Mm-hmm. And I just think a point of reference, like having dots, is so helpful. So yeah, it's actually this inside corner.
Okay.
So what happened, and what you didn't like, was you had everything ready, and you moved your bow over. It's just that your fingers weren't tall enough to get off the E string. So that's why you heard that kind of whistling noise. So, and especially with bigger fingers,
yeah,
you can do more, but then you have to learn how to get them out of the way. So, go ahead and play that first part again, same thing, and let's see if we can aim for that corner of the finger. Okay, good. So it's still hanging. You can hear a little bit of the fuzz.
Yeah.
So that'll be a great thing to work on this week too, is spending and letting yourself only think about that one thing. I think the problem with being older, knowing how to multitask, already being a musician, is sometimes I think we feel like we should be able to do it all at once instead of giving our minds a break. Like, okay, I'm only going to think about, the corners. So let's add that to this week.
Okay.
And use Taka Twinkle. You have it in your fingers and in your brain, so use it as a tool to build those skills. That'll be really good. How about your fourth finger exercise? Let's hear that.
Just the. You want me to do it? The taka taka taka.
That was great. That was great. Can you transfer to D string? did you notice what happened once you got to your fourth finger? Did you notice what happened in your hand?
Yeah, it's kind of stretching a little bit
Mm-hmm.
differently.
It forced your hand to come around, and it's a weird feeling, right?
Yeah.
Which is why we're building up these muscles. But before you did your 4, your hand was pulled back like this, and then you went oh, and then when you climbed down, you did exactly what you were supposed to do and lifted this way. So can you do that again? But start with your hand ready for your 4th finger.
Okay.
Yeah, let's add a rhythm this time. Let's add the tapa rhythm. Just go back down then. Good work. Great. Yeah, let's add D string this week. And it is different than the A. Your bow has to do different things. You're pulling out a different sound. And the reason we use the taka rhythm is it forces you to pull deeper into the string. I use it on my concertos and stuff I'm working on. I'll sit there and go note by note to try and get that tone out again. Again, it's so important. Making sure we're doing one more time here. Perfect. Great. How did working out that lead sheet go?
It was okay. It seemed really simple, just the...
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes we had the...
Yeah. Do you have it with you?